Thanks everyone who have joined today. My name's Sabrina Joseph. So I'll be going through the intro for working with Giant. If you do have any questions, there is a Q&A function just at the end of the webinar. You'll be able to ask any questions and I'll get through as many as I can in the time that we have. So just an overview of what we'll be going through today. We'll be explaining how it works and getting your payment through us, explaining how your payslip is generated and what it looks like, holiday payments, pension, and your SIP pension, which is known as the salary sacrifice, expense reversals, and how this process is operated, tax codes, reference requests, giant advantage, and then finally getting in contact with us. So as you can see from this diagram here, the hirer has a contract for services with AMS, and AMS will have the contract for services with us, and then we'll have the contract for services with yourself. So just an FYI for everybody on an assignment, this is not an employment contract. So we do get a lot of questions on like when payroll happens. You are paid on a weekly basis. It's done by a batch, and this just depends on if the timesheets have followed the correct process. If there are delays with entering this, then there will be delays with payment. Payment terms are subject to AMS, so they will decide whether you're on 7-day terms or 30-day payment terms. Funds are available on the afternoon that you're due to receive funds. So generically, we'll just tell everybody you'll get your funds by the close of business, and that's just because we can't we can't set a time on when that will arrive. Every bank account's different. So once it leaves our bank account, it will get to you as quickly as possible, but no later than 6 p.m. on that day you're due to receive it. If you want to stay on track with when you're getting paid, you can set up SMS or email alerts. This is done on your portal. And once you have been paid, a payslip will generate. So you'll get that the day before it falls into your bank account. You'll be able to see everything that you've worked, so your hours, your rates, any overtime rates will all be displayed on your payslip. So this is an example of what your payslip would look like. So all payslips look the same. For our presentation purposes, this has just been a bit zoomed in, but it pretty much looks the same. You will be able to see our company details and your information at the top. Just in the middle, you'll be able to see the units and rates that you've worked totaling to the gross amount. So the gross amount is what you would get prior to your tax and NI. For those that are opted into pension, you'll also see pension just below the tax and NI. The total net amount just here, that is what would fall into your bank account. And then just at the bottom is a payroll analysis. So this is quite good for those that need to stay on track with like year-to-date earnings, or those that have accountants that need certain figures. You have the total gross tax, employee and national insurance, and all your holiday pay that's accrued. So on holiday pay, everybody is entitled, and that's to a minimum of 28 days per year, and that does include the bank holidays. AMS are the ones that will let us know what your annual leave entitlement should be. Usually, everyone starts off with 28 days, which equates to 12.07% entitlement. Once you've been on contract for a certain amount of time, that is due to go up. But again, it's down to AMS to let us know if that is due to change. Um, Holiday, it does run from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. I think every employment would have holiday dates, and that's just due to health and well-being. From a HR perspective, we would expect everybody to take their annual leave just for health and well-being. I do understand that the nature of your work and your projects may not allow you to take the annual leave, but this can carry over to the next year's holiday part. So you won't lose any of your holiday pay in that sense. You can check your holiday pay via your payslip, as I just showed you, just at the bottom of the payslip. And if your manager has approved more leave than you've actually accrued, we'll just have to pay the difference once you have accrued the correct amount. So we can only pay up to what's actually in your holiday pot at the time. So self-serving your holiday pay request, it can be done on the portal. Once you have selected request holiday pay, it will bring you to the holiday pay page. It is quite quick and easy, but it's important to ensure the correct assignment associated with the holiday pay is being selected and then the correct period ending date. Once those two have been filled out, then you can go ahead and enter the hours for each day you've had off. So remember, the holiday is like in replacement for the hours that you would have gone to work for and would have been paid for. So once everything has been entered correctly, that will auto populate in the box and you'll be able to submit it for the most upcoming payroll. So with pension, so everybody's enrolled to the government workplace pension, and that's 90 days from your first pay slip. You contribute 5% of your pensionable earnings, and then we would add on the further 3%. You can opt out, but you have to wait for your welcome pack to arrive. So a lot of contractors want to opt out prior to this, but unfortunately we can't do that. And if you was to call them, they won't be able to locate you on the system. So it's really important to wait. So once you are enrolled, give it 5 to 7 working days. You should get the letter in the post, and then you can go ahead and call them and opt out. You can also opt in early. So those of you that are new can just let us know that you wish to opt into Nest Pension early, and we'll get that arranged for you. Um, just another important note on this. Once you do have the letter, you can opt out. Um, but if you have had any deductions and you want a refund, you have to do it within 28 days of receiving the letter. Otherwise, if it's after that, you won't get a refund. So with the SIP pension, so salary sacrifice, you can gain significant tax savings by contributing into your private pension. This can be new or existing. So example, as a higher rate taxpayer, every £100 contributed, you will save £420 in tax and national insurance. So you are saving quite a lot of money, which is around £580. Um, you can, as I explained, opt into an existing one. What we would need from you is just for you to inquire via your portal, and then we'll be able to get the pension specialist to advise further and get you set up. So with expenses reversals, this is a really common one at the moment. I know this is pretty much a new process that everybody has heard about. It has been around pretty much all the time, and it is in line with the HMRC tax regulations. Any expenses that are being processed through payroll, they are deemed taxable. So that means that they will have tax and NI placed on them. So if you believe that they're not taxable, you just need to send us your expenses reversal form. That's something that we can provide, but we can only follow this process. And once we get your form, it will be assessed. We actually conduct an assessment, which is according to the HMRC rules. This just determines if the expenses do qualify for tax relief. So if they are work related expenses. Once you are sending us your form, we do need the supporting documentation. So if it's mileage claims, we'll need your fuel receipts, just anything to support it. It can be bank statements as well, just to show the proof of payment. Um, Once everything has been authorized, if it is okay to be reversed, you should see a reversal within 2 weeks following the payroll that you was paid in. So when you first set up with us, we do determine the tax code by your P45. So it is important that we get that straight away. I do understand some of you guys may not be able to provide a P45. So in that case, we'll just use an employee statement, which is located on your portal. Some of you guys may have seen this before. It has statement A, B, and C, which you would select, which is applicable to you. Um, from there, once you get your first pay slip, then we'll be able to determine, okay, this is your tax code and this is what's being deducted. If you do feel like there's any discrepancies or anything wrong, I would advise maybe contacting HMRC or using the link just here, just to find out. I would recommend personally if you do click the link first, just because it gives you more of an insight first as to why something might have changed, i.e., your tax code. If you don't find the answers from that link, then I would say call HMRC just because they do have a long waiting line on the phones. For reference requests, so there is a function on the portal, just as you can see here, where if you click on this button, it will send a reference straight to your email address that's set up with us. There's two types of references. So you've got employment reference and you've got a financial reference. You'll just have to select which one suits you. If a third party is requesting it, that's absolutely fine. They can just use this email address here to contact us and we'll send one over to them within 24 hours. However, it's really important that you give the appropriate written permission just so that we are aware we can send your details to the third party. We would expect this to be sent to us via your portal as well. So opting into the Giant Advantage scheme, this is our cashback and reward scheme. Loads of different benefits, loads of different discounts that you can opt into. There is a charge of £1.75 that does come off each week. And it's totally up to you if you wish to opt into this. I have heard a lot of people recommend and have really benefited from using this. So if you do wish to do that, you can go onto your portal and then just flag it to true rather than false, and then you can register with Giant Advantage. If you're not interested in it, that's fine. You don't have to. Um, but lastly, getting in contact with us. So you've probably heard me mention the feedback report. It's similar to like an email, but it's just done via the portal. So once you've selected add feedback just here, you can just generate a subject and a message, and that will literally come straight over to us. Um, just below this message box, it's not on the screenshot, but you can like attach documents. So let's say you're having difficulty with your P45, you can attach it and send it to us. Any sort of screenshot you may need, you can attach it into the attached box. Once you've sent off your message, like I said, you'll get a response in 24 hours. Live chat has a response time of 14 seconds. So that's another one which is quite quick and easy. But that's just totally preference. So whatever, whatever's your choice really, whatever easier for you to use at the time. So just to summarize, we have discussed that this is a contract for services. Weekly payments, they are subject to payment terms that AMS provide us. So you could be either 7 days or 30-day payment terms. Setting up SMS payroll alerts can be quite useful. So you've got the SMS ones or the email, payslips displaying on your portal, which will show all your gross and net values and any deductions, holiday entitlements, and we recommend taking all your holiday in the year it accrues in, and also requesting your holiday on the portal. So being able to do this yourself and using the self-serve function. Workplace pension with Nest. So we've mentioned you can opt out once you get the letter. You can opt in early if you send us a message. You can also create a new or existing salary sacrifice pension. All you have to do again is inquire via the feedback portal and we'll be able to get a pension specialist over to you. The expenses reversal and the process for this. So sending us the form, we can provide you the blank form, that's fine. And also providing your supporting documents along with the form. We've mentioned the tax code, and that is determined by the P45 or New Start statement, and that we update tax codes via the P6. So only HMRC basically can let us know your tax code needs to change, and we would follow their instruction. Reference requests, so you can get it on your portal yourself, or if the third party are requesting it, they can email us and we'll send it, providing you've sent us the written permissions. We spoke about Giant Advantage, so our cashback and rewards scheme, which costs £1.75 per week once you've enrolled. And then lastly, how to contact us using the feedback function of your portal or by using live chat. So um, if you did have any questions, do let me know now. The Q&A function is open. If you did want to leave feedback as well, please do complete this and we'll be happy to see how we can improve.